If you are going to ISSA Show North America in Las Vegas, this episode is for you. It's unique because you are investing time and money to attend, and you really need to know how to maximize the impact of all ISSA Show has to offer. And to do this in the David Letterman style he likes so much, I welcome business coach Dean Mercado to the program.
Fantastic, Jeff. Thank you. I'm so glad to be here with you once again. This is a big one today. It's a big topic.
I mean, I think it is. Are you looking forward to the show?
I am. I'm excited about it. See people I haven't seen in a while, especially face to face with people that you're usually either on phone or video conferences with clients. It's going to be a good thing, and just the vast amount of learning and new technologies. I'm excited about that. My mind was blown last year when I walked the floor and I actually started to see what technologies were coming into the oh my goodness, fantastic. So for that, I'm really excited.
Good words to lead into this. Now, we're going to have you go through your top 10 secrets to maximize your show experience. Dean, I have to say, I don't know if there's 10 of them, but you say there are. So why don't you
So
take it away?
yeah, I would say, Jeff, as usual, some may look at them as secrets and some may not look at them as secrets. But what I can tell you is that you need to be doing all 10 of these at a minimum. If you're not doing them, then they must be a secret to you because you're not doing them,
That's
right? You don't know
logical.
about them.
Yeah.
So after today, there's no more excuses. You'll have
Okay.
everything you need to go. Now, for me, I've been on all sides of this. I've been the guy at the booth as the vendor. I've been the guy speaking. I've been the guy in attendance of the large event like this. So I've seen all sides, and I've been doing this for a long time. So I break these three things down before I get into the 10. I break them down into three categories. You've got the before, the during, and the after.
Oh, you're cheating. Okay.
Yes. All right. You have to make sure that this event isn't just, well, I'll just show up and whatever happens, happens. No, there needs to be a before, a during, and an after. And there are a couple of these points for each of those. So we'll start with the before. Does that make sense?
It does. So everyone, you're on notice. You don't just show up at the show and just walk around. There's a strategy. Dean, walk us
Yes.
through it.
Yes. Number 10, or I guess the first one here that I'm going to bring up, do your homework. You must do your homework. You need to find out what vendors are going to be there with what technologies, what sessions are going to be taught there, what roundtables are happening at the event. You need to know what's going on. Visit the website associated with this event. It has everything you need there. Make sure you're there. Make sure you've logged in. Make sure you have an account there so that you could start planning it out a little bit. But you need to know what's going on at the event, right? Don't walk in blindly. There's no excuse for it. Time is money, and you're spending a lot of money to get here, and you might as well maximize every little bit of it. So that's the first one that I wanted to bring to your attention. Is do your homework. The second one that I'm going to bring to your attention is you need to create a game plan. So create a game plan. What are your goals around this event? What do you want to have happen as a result of you attending? What do you want to check out? Who do you want to connect with? What's the game plan? Write it down. Don't just, I'll figure it out as I get there. No, that's not how this goes. In big corporate America, and I worked there a long time ago, but I remember very clearly that you needed to, if you wanted to get approval to go to an event like this, you needed to prove why you needed to be there. And part of that was laying out the game plan for your management so they can see, oh, this is what Dean intends to do when he's there on our behalf. Fantastic. We support that. Go for it. Why treat it any different just because we own the company now? We should be just as diligent and making sure we know what our goals are and what our game plan is. The third big piece, as I count down, I guess this is number 8. It would be the countdown, right? So we look at, and this is something I do all the time, you must set up meetings in advance. set up meetings in advance. If you know there's a specific tool you want to check out, contact that vendor beforehand. See if you can get a little appointment. Maybe you can get a private demo, whatever it is. If you know there's going to be people you want to see again when you're there, reach out to them. I've been doing this for weeks already, reaching out to people. Hey, look, so and so, we connected at the last event. Let's go enjoy a cigar on this. I'll meet you at the end of the first day. We'll connect. Or hey, you doing anything for dinner that first night? Let's make some dinner plans. Whatever that is, so you're not there in the moment and then you're doing this, you're twiddling your thumbs, you don't know what to do with yourself. Next thing you know, you're back in your hotel room while everything's still going on out there, because let's face it, Vegas doesn't sleep, and neither does this event. This event is big and it moves and people are gathering everywhere. So by you just taking a little time to plan a little in advance who you want to connect with and try and make some appointments, you're going to be so much better off. You'll maximize your time at the event, right? So continuing our countdown, and the last point of this first segment is going to be number 7, which is, I always say, fine-tune your elevator speech and your materials. Now, yes, I know these are other cleaning companies and these are other restoration companies. People want to be around people who just have a clear message. They're just clear. People are going to ask you, hey, what do you do? What's your company? What's this? Know how to speak of yourself and do it with pride. Be proud of who you are and the company that you're building and so on and so forth. Know how to say, I help so-and-so with so-and-so, or I help such and such solve such and such problem. Whatever that is, just know how to, off the tip of the tongue. Not everybody is going to be another cleaning company or another restoration company. There will be other people there that you're going to want to meet. One of the things I love to do is I love to connect with potential joint venture partners. Who can I do business with in the future? Right? That's just the entrepreneur in me always thinking. And I know a lot of the companies showing up have that entrepreneur mentality. So use your inner entrepreneur there and just have that laid out a little bit. And I talk about materials as well, because you'll see my little doodad I got here. This little guy is a card case. Yes, I still carry business cards. I still do. And so should you. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think certain things, you're going to go to an event, you're going to meet so many people, and then you're going to get mixed up. Who was that again? What was that again? What do? I put my picture on the card and I make it a cartoon character because that's just part of my personality, so they remember that about me, but they won't forget my face. And let's put it this way. Most people on this planet are visual. We remember what we see. So if I hand you a card with my face on it, it's going to make a little bit of a difference. You will remember me. Coming back to the previous point about making it connections in advance and reaching out to people in advance, that does mean you could reach out to vendors. It also means you could reach out to speakers, right? You could reach out to those speakers, connect with them. LinkedIn is the place, in my opinion. Go to LinkedIn, start reaching out to these folks, make a connection request. This is how the game is played, right? So those are 4 of my befores, right? And that's not even covering the full gamut, but it gives you an idea of you need to get your homework, you need to get your act together before you go, right? Now, stepping into our second segment of this, which is the during, right? And we'll come in with point number 6 on this list. And it's, you're there. Network with a purpose. Network with a purpose, right? Don't just talk to anybody who just to fill time. You're there. There's only a limited amount of time that you're there. Who do you want to connect with? You know who you want to connect with. Go connect with them. Go network with them. Go deep with that person. You're better off going deep with a small handful of people than you are just skimming the surface, I should say, with 100 different people that you have no intention of following up with. Don't get yourself caught in those conversations that lead to nowhere, right? You have no intention of talking to this person ever again. Move on, right? Move on. And Jeff, we did some podcasts, you and I, a while back about small talk and stuff like that. people go back and revisit those. It's going back probably a year or so, but revisit those because they're as relevant today as they were back then. So make sure you do number 6, you're networking with a purpose, right? Then I come down to number 5, and that would be you've got to make sure you're attending the high priority sessions and demos. You got to know when those things are going down. Make sure you're there. You've got to be in the game. You got to be in it to win it, so to speak. If you're not there, you're going to miss out because a lot of that stuff will not be repeated. Trust me, I'm a speaker there. When I'm there, I bring it. And when I bring it, I won't remember tomorrow what I said today. I push, I'm all about value. I'll give as much as I can in the time until they drag me off the stage with that cane. They come out there and hook me and drag me off the side of the stage. Until that point, though, I'm going to deliver a lot of content, as will many of your speakers that are there, right? So make sure that you're not missing the important sessions, right? Now, those are the ones that are important to you, not the ones that someone else says is important. These are the ones that align with your goals, your game plan that you stepped into this with, right? Now, number 4, make sure you're giving yourself time to explore the new technologies and the new tools that are being unveiled. Especially for those of you in the cleaning industry, there are so many new things coming out, but yet you're operating your cleaning business as if it's still 1980. I mean, come on, folks. There are bigger, better ways of doing a lot of things these days. And you at least owe it to yourself and your team, right? And your clients to make sure you're aware of them and make sure you're evaluating, does it fit? Does it make sense? When might it make sense? Right? That's what you've got to walk in with, that kind of an open mind. Don't just, look at the tools. Also, give yourself time to investigate some of the ones that you just didn't even expect to be there. Tools that are so cutting edge that you had no idea that it existed. So make sure you're buying yourself time to do that. If you're not sure what some of those cutting edge things are, talk to some people who might know. Maybe Jeff knows. Jeff may know. He knows quite a few of these vendors, I'm sure. Seek out that kind of guidance when you're there. Maybe somebody could tip you off to, hey, I just spent time at that booth and their new technology is phenomenal. Go check it out. Right? Good stuff. And I hope you do make the time to do that. Now, looking at number 3, as we're getting toward the end of this list, we're still in the during. You're still at the event, right? I want you to take smart, organized notes. Your brain is going to get so packed with so much information in such a short period of time. And I can tell you from my own experience, as I'm getting a little older now, as well-intentioned as I am to remember everything, one practice I do very diligently is I write stuff down. I've always done that. When I get back to my hotel room in particular, I'm doing a full out, writing down names, what was key to what we talked about, all of that stuff. What new tools I saw, some ideas on how I might want to explore that further, what clients I have that might also benefit from those tools. That's where my brain goes. Now I'm taking notes all day long. I'll walk around with my smartphone, my little smartphone, and I'll use the voice recorder on that. And I'm just leaving myself notes all day long. And then when I go back to the hotel at night, I do a full brain dump. So organize those notes. And then eventually the important stuff makes it into my CRM so I don't forget, right? And others can help me take action on it. So making sure that you're taking these organized, detailed notes. Now, the event is over. You're blown away. Your mind is spinning at that point, right? You're on the plane home. And this is one of the things I do this on the plane home all the time. The follow-up doesn't wait, right? So number 2 in this list, follow up. You got to follow up with the people that you met, right? Follow up on the people with the cool technologies. Follow up on the people that you might partner with in the future. Follow up with people you want to form a mastermind group with. Follow up with the people that you just thought were really cool and you hope that you can connect again. Whatever that looks like for you, Follow-up is key. And for me, I'm a tech guy. I use automation a lot. So I have pre-built automation campaigns that I could easily plug in contacts into that technology, and it does that initial follow-up for me. Shares my contact information with them to make sure they've got it, whatever. Now, do you need to have automation for that? No, you don't. There's something called email, very simple, right? Just get on your little laptop and just shoot off a few emails. That's all. Very simple, right? So if you don't follow up, you kind of wasted your time at the event. Now, that's a little harsh, I know, but that's something you need to really recognize. The power is in the follow-up. That's where a lot of the good stuff is going to happen, right? Is in that follow-up. It's only so much time at the event. Now, number one, and this is what it really follows up on that last point, right? You must implement at least 3 of your big takeaways from the event. Implement the big 3 is what I say. So whether that's to follow up with such and such vendor because that one new technology that they're bringing out there, I've got to have it. If it would change the perception of my business and everything about it, whatever those are, figure out what your top 3 are and take action. Take massive action. Put a quick project plan around each of them and go for it, right? No, not next week, not a month from now, not next year. What are the big 3 you could take action on today, tomorrow, this week, right? Because let's face it, as soon as you get back to the office, what's going to happen? Jeff, what happens, right? What happens? They get back to the office. What's going to happen?
Everything you did goes on a shelf or disappears from your mind.
That's right. And it's gone. Mm-hmm. So all that time you spent, all that investment you just made, bye-bye, gone. Don't let that happen. This is too important of an event to allow something like that happen. This is one of those unique events that not only has all the coolest technologies, all the coolest vendors, but some really damn cool speakers as well who are bringing some really cool information that can help you grow and scale your business from every single angle. So, you owe it to yourself. You owe it to your team. You owe it to your clients. And you know what? You owe it to me. I'm sitting here giving you the time. You owe it to me to get out there and make something happen with this. Do something with it. And that, Jeff, are the top 10. What do you think?
I like them. I'll say this, Dean. Valuable content, great plan. A lot of people watching will be like, whoa, how do I do all that? That's a lot to do. But your wrap up, your number 1 to me, I agree is the most powerful. Go to the event, think about what are the big takeaways, whether it's 3, as you mentioned, or 5. Keep a list all week. Maybe that list will change as the days go on.
That's right.
Maybe as you're on the airplane coming home, you reevaluate and you change that list. But what a great idea to come back and then you have your to-do list, because if you don't do something, nothing happened at all.
That's right. And then it's like, oh, the next year comes and you're like, well, should I go? You're missing it, folks. This is not the event you miss. This is the event you show up at and you play full out. That's the way. If you're going to go, play full out. That's what it's about. And it might seem like those 10 points are a lot, but if you handle those first 4 before you even leave, there's not much there. You're only handling 3, 4 things while you're there. It's just making sure that you know who you're connecting with. Go connect with them. Do your thing. That's you doing your thing during that during part. And then the after is about you just being a smart business person by just saying, okay, how do I squeeze the most lemonade out of that lemon? How do I squeeze the most juice out of this thing? Well, you put a little thought into it and you act. You take massive action, right? If you don't, hey, then there's not much out there that's going to help you. The cool technologies, they're not going to help you, right? The cool people you met, they're not going to be able to help you.
Yeah, exactly. I like
right?
brain dump at the end of each day because you might just continue through the whole week without doing that.
That's right.
Now, a word of advice, it's in Vegas. Everyone watching this, enjoy yourself, but remember why you're there.
Right.
Go early or stay late if you're going to do the Vegas stuff that'll keep you out all night. But end of the day, what I do is I take all those cards I've got, those notes, I put them down, I organize them, I figure out what I'm going to do with them. So not as intensive as a brain dump as you do, but it's a way to think about what happened today and what am I going to do going back to my home office to make this happen. So great
Right.
advice there as well. Yeah.
Right. And, one other bonus tip,
Oh,
wear
this is number
comfortable
what?
shoes.
1.0?
It's anything. Wear comfortable shoes.
Oh, yes.
Be active. Don't give yourself any excuse to stop, to slow down. I'm not getting any younger either, but I do make sure I wear comfortable shoes so that I can be on my feet for 10, 12, 15, maybe 16 hours while I'm there. It's just when I'm there, I play full out. And I would say to anybody there, if you find yourself and your brain straying and you're not really sure what you should be doing, come see me. I will
Where are you
be
going
there.
to
I'll be
be?
hanging around the booths there, when I'm not speaking. Come see me and I'll give you a quick little adjustment on maybe what you need to be doing to maximize your time at the event. Because I do want to see all of you get a lot of value out of it. I'm one of your speakers there. I want you to get a tremendous amount of value out of it. Because if you don't, then I feel like I failed too. And that's not good. That's not what we're intending to do here.
Yeah.
We want everybody to win.
Exactly.
Makes sense?
And I'll display Dean's personal cell phone number on screen here so everyone can just call him anytime while they're in Vegas. No, I won't do
Yeah.
that to you, Dean.
You'll definitely find me at the cleaning booths. I'll be hanging out there a lot.
Yep.
So if you don't see me when I'm speaking, I'm doing roundtables too. I'll be all over the place. I'll be making myself available for dinner and lunches and whatever as well. I try and make myself extremely available while I'm there because I'm there. I might as well
Right.
be.
Yeah.
What else am I going to do? Go hide?
We'll
It makes
find
no
you, Dean.
sense.
We will find you. So,
Yes. Right. Exactly.
well, Dean, great information. Hope everyone does at least a few of these things, if not all 10, but maximize your show experience by this top 10 countdown.